Welcome to the latest release of Slingshot for September 2024, where we have released custom fields, task types, AI, and archive. So we have a lot to get through, so let's dive right in. You can see that I've started incorporating custom fields into my Slingshot instance here, where I've edited our out-of-the-box status, so you can now make this your own based on the status that you want to set for your particular use case. And that is for all of our out-of-the-box fields. You can kind of change and edit them now as you wish. I have added in here now a new field for drop-down, so I've started to kind of incorporate some custom fields into my list. This is a label type. So to add new custom fields, if you just come up here to the Add button, I can turn fields on and off from my view from here, as well as add new ones. So if I want to add a new field, let's say for text, and I want to do target keyword, each field will have a description that you can set for it. You can make it required, so for any new task that is added, you can force somebody to fill out this field. You can set default values, and then there is specific settings for each field type as well. So I'll just go ahead and add this one. And now you can see my field here is ready for use, where if for this I was targeting dashboard creation, I can now track that within my Slingshot task list here. These fields are available for use, of course, as well through our Kanban timeline and even our calendar view. So if I just quickly flip here to calendar, and for our different settings within here, I can now use any of my drop-down colors or drop-down fields to change the color that I'm seeing on the pills of the calendar view. So you have some nice capabilities now throughout all of our view types in Slingshot to bring these custom fields to life. Now there's a lot more capabilities of custom fields, such as being able to add them to libraries for reuse, as well as being able to manage more of your fields and set more specific definitions and field types at like the custom task level, for example. So I do recommend that you go and you check out our LMS learning guide for custom fields, because there is so much more to learn and capabilities here. But let's dive into some task types. So you can see here that I have two different blogs and my two different websites down here. And I want to be able to really differentiate these for my content calendar. So if I come here now to convert to, I can now convert these to task types. So if I do a new type here, and I'm going to name this blog, but I'm going to give it a nice icon. No. Let's just pick this one for now. And this will be blog. I can give this a description, as well as I can set now a criteria for this type of task. So if for blog there is something else very specific that I wanted to track and add to this field type, I could do that here. So maybe for my blogs, I have different categories. And kind of just like Slingshot, we have data analytics, right? We have project management. And let's just, for the purpose of this, we'll pick one more, and we have collaboration. So I'm going to add this to my field type, and then you could also do a bunch of other things, like you can choose whether or not to allow dependencies and attachments and subtasks and a ton of other stuff in here. So I'll click save now. And you can see that I now have a new task type here. I can then come here and I convert this one to a blog. And now I want to convert this one to a new type, because this is going to be my website type. So I'm going to come here to new. I'm going to call this website with a nice little icon. Again, I can make some edits into here, but I'm just going to click save for now. And then I can convert this to a website. And now I have a really nice way to differentiate my tasks based on the type that they are. And I get a nice little icon associated with them, and then they have additional definitions and field types based on what they are. Something cool that I can also do is I can come here and I can change action buttons. So if I am adding more blogs here, usually I can come here to add a blog right into this different list here. I can choose from my task types here. So creating these is very easy, where I come to create a new one and it has all of the available fields for me for this particular type right out of the box for me to use. And these are very reusable across different projects within your workspace. Now, something else that we have introduced into Slingshot is AI, which is super exciting. So if I come here into my discussion for a recent content sync that we had, you can see this is a very long message and it has notes and action items. So I want to be able to create my action items very quickly without having to do a lot of manual work. So I'm going to come here to our new AI button for our Slingshot AI. And you have two options. You can either summarize from here or extract action items. Summarize from here would allow you to basically just summarize conversations. So if you had multiple conversations going on, you'll see the date range up here of the summary that's being generated. And it'll do a whole summary for all of the messages that kind of went back and forth between that particular time that you've selected on your message. You can post these summaries if you wanted to. You could copy them. You could do a bunch of different things with these summaries. But for this one, we want to create some action items. So I'll come up here and I will extract action items from here now. And what this is going to do is it's going to analyze my message and pull out all of the action items that it found within here. I can either select them all to create, or I can select maybe just two for the purpose of this. So I can create these tasks, or I can edit and create. So if I edit and create, I'm going to pick where these go. I'm actually going to create a new list for action items. We'll click next. And I might want to set like priority to these, or I might want to do assignees, and I can create this one. And then I can set same thing, priority. Maybe I want to do specific dates on here and click create. And now when I go into my tasks and my action items, I have them created here super quickly. And now the final thing that we introduced into Slingshot is archive. So now when you are done with maybe particular projects, you can see archive here. You can even archive just specific lists within projects. So you have archive on your task lists, as well as on your discussions and inside of pins, and of course on dashboards as well. So if I come here to archive this, simply archive. It'll show you a location of where you can search for your archive again, which will be behind here in your avatar. I'll click archive. And this list has now been archived, so I have a really nice way to keep my Slingshot instance clean. I can come up here, and like it showed you, I can search archive. And you can find your archive search items right here. And that is a quick summary of what is new in Slingshot in September 2024. There is so much more within these features in terms of their functionality and things that you can unlock within Slingshot. So as I mentioned, I do encourage you to go check out our LMS or reach out to us at any time if you have any questions. And I look forward to seeing how you all really bring all these features to life and for our next releases coming up in the future.